talking points that have gotten her this far would take her over that one finish.
She's claimed that she had prepped for months, which makes me think she doesn't know what the word prep means. Because I think, unless it meant pounding your head into a wall until your brain matter was like stovetop stuffing, I don't know. I do, the way she mocked J.D. Vance, that, the idea that American Cowboys came from Spain, that was so stupid. She's wrong. They were brought there, like, I don't know, in the 15th century by some guy. Get this. Do you know what his name is? Cortez. She's a direct descendant of the guy that brought the horses to Mexico and then to America. So, weirdly enough, it was Cortez who brought the horses and then later gave us an ass. Anyway, I think the Democrats are blessed with the binary filter of being within our border, where the Democrats and Republicans are kind of seen as intellectual equivalents, because there are two parties. But once you step outside the country, that equality evaporates, on contact. It's like two guys playing Call of Duty. Then they both go to war, but only one has real combat and experience and skills. That's what happens to the Dems when they leave the house and they venture outside and you see that they know nothing. And it's like on cable news, you can see AOC and Gab can raise themselves up by sparring online with Trump. And you might think they're in the ballpark, but they're not even in the same country. And I think the mistake, since Obama was focusing on identity but not national. In fact, it was the opposite of national identity. It was splintered factions and causes, whether it was trans, illegal rights, felon justice, kind of activist-driven climate pronouns, land acknowledgement. So the Dems took this short-term virtue signal and let everything else go to pot. So they became almost like the children in Lord of the Flies. They just start going after each other. And Republicans, just by default, look like adults, even if you disagree with them. And they have to return to the island to establish order. And the children hate it. But the problem with this identity politics is you only focus inward and not outward. They look like children because they are.
And it wasn't just Fox News that, to Dana's point, that took notice of this. CNN was also kind of raking AOC over the coals. But you have AOC and Gavin Newsom who go over and pretty much face plant. Either their foreign policy chops are very thin, in her case, or incredibly outdated in Gavin Newsom's case when he's talking about doing wind deals with the UK. But contrast that with Marco Rubio. How was he received?